Hey my loves, welcome back to my channel. So in this video I wanted to show you guys how you can turn an old balding frontal into this style right here. Now this is for people who, sometimes when you wake up in the morning you don't feel like getting that sleek ponytail look with your real hair, or you just want to achieve that sleek ponytail look without having to straighten your real hair or put a bunch of gel or a bunch of products into your real hair in order to achieve this style. So I felt like doing this style on a balding frontal would be actually the perfect thing to do because it's a frontal that's balding and it's thinner, so I feel like it would kind of mimic our hair. My hair is not thin, but my hair is not full in certain places. Because of the fact that the frontal was balding, I felt like it might have been a good thing to do the style with. So that's what I did, and I did the little baby hairs. You guys can also, if you want, add more hair onto the bun. You can literally weave around it and make it into, a ponytail. You could literally use this technique as a way to do many different styles, and that's why I did this video. When I'm at home sometimes I'm kind of just thinking, brainstorming of different ideas that people don't really do. So yeah, I really hope this video helped you guys out and you guys can maybe do these styles, and I hope you guys enjoy the video, so stay tuned. I'm gonna start off by combing the hair. As you guys can tell, this hair is canceled, but I don't want to throw it out because I feel like I can make use of it, and instead of me, it going to waste, I can do something with it. So I'm combing the hair out. Now I'm getting ready to go to a job interview, so I kind of want to look a little bit more sophisticated, so I'm gonna do a low bun. So basically this frontal is balding. You guys can see here that it's balding a lot. Now if it is balding, what you want to do is basically turn it. You want to shift your wig. So because the balding is more onto this side, I shifted my wig to my left, that way that the bald spot is not going to be on this side of my head. First I'm going to start off by gluing it. You guys have seen me glue my wig down before. I'm going to just use my Got2b glue. I'm going to use the black one, and I'm going to just put this around the perimeter of my hair. I'm just taking some on my fingers and kind of just like dabbing it along my hairline. So whichever place that your frontal is kind of balding, you want to, turn it on the other side. You want to have your part on the opposite side of wherever the balding is occurring. So that's what I did. And I don't have a blow dryer, so I'm just gonna use my fingers and fan. So I'm gonna go ahead and push it down. And if you have something pointy, you can kind of like use it and just kind of like press it along. I don't have anything at the moment to use, so I'm just using my fingers. And I'm just pressing it. You want to try to be careful with how much glue that you're using, just because frontals, a lot of times they do bald because of the fact that there is a lot of glue being used. So you don't want to use too much and make the frontal, bald even more. So just be careful with that. So you want to just wait until the frontal is all dry. If you guys have a blow dryer, it would actually be a lot easier. It will dry a lot quicker. I think I'm actually going to go and blow dry it and then come back. Alright, so I've went ahead and I've blow dried my hair. Now what you want to do now is you want to create your part. My part is kind of already here because I've already kind of done this style before. However, if you haven't done a part, kind of create your part, and you want to make sure that you have a flat braid up when you're doing this. So my braid up is fresh. I just braided my hair yesterday, so my braids are very, very flat. So I'm gonna go ahead and brush through the hair now. This is always like what I do when I'm like bored at home. I try to find different ways that I can, like implement weave and stuff like that and be creative with it and kind of do things that I haven't really seen people do. So yeah, and it always ends up working great. So now in terms of this unit right now, this used to be a full unit. I did take it apart, so there are barely any bundles, like tracks at the back. It is just a frontal, and then it has a couple tracks at the back, and you can't really see the cap. I don't know if you guys can tell. Can't see the cap at the back. I'll show you guys at the end of the video. So I'm gonna go ahead and start slicking now. So I kind of want to do a, you know, side sweep kind of thing. So I'm going ahead and brushing. I don't want this hair to get hard. It's already shedding, so I want to use very light products. So if you do want to use gel, you can use gel, but try to use something that's not as heavy hold. I'm actually going to use the Eco Styler gel, but the pink one. The pink one is not as strong of a hold as the normal ones are, so I think this will be good to use. So I'm gonna dip the brush into it. Make sure it's all flat. You just keep brushing. Now if you want to as well, you can kind of take out some little sideburns. Now that I've done that, I want to just kind of reinforce everything, make sure everything is flat. Feel in the back to kind of make sure that there's none of the wig cap showing. You don't want any of the wig cap to show because that's going to look a little bit weird.
Dreamliners gang.
So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take a hair tie. And I'm going to put it in a ponytail. This is already looking like it's my real hair. Alright, so now I have my hair in a ponytail. Make sure everything's flat one more time. You also want to make sure that you're taking care of your hair in the back. So if you have those naps in the back like I do, you can go in with some gel and you can kind of just brush them upwards so they're not sticking out and looking ugly. You really just want to make sure that there's none of the cap is showing in the back. That's the most important thing. You don't want to be walking around and having, you know, little portions of your wig cap showing in the back, so that's not cute. Now that I've done that, I'm going to go in using the same gel and I'm going to just kind of define and style the baby hairs. Alright. So I've done the baby hairs. Now if you want your parting to look a little bit more natural, you can go in using a powder. That is what I do. So I just take some type of powder that's a little bit lighter than my skin tone and I just use a brush and I kind of, you know, dab it. I use the powder in this palette. I use this powder right here and I just dab my brush into it and I kind of just take the brush along the part. This just kind of makes it look a little bit more natural. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put on my scarf.
A few moments later.
Take the scarf off now. Now, if you want to go for just a ponytail style, you can literally just leave it like this. However, I wanted to do a bun, and I'm going to take this hair and I'm going to start teasing it using my brush. So I'm just taking the brush and kind of moving it upwards. Now, I'm doing this so that I can create a bigger bun just because of the fact that there's not a lot of hair on this unit anymore. So I want it to be, you know, I want the bun to have some volume. So I'm just teasing it. Don't be too rough with the hair again, especially if you're using hair that is canceled, you know what I'm saying? So just be careful with that. So now that I've teased it, I'm literally just folding it up, taking a hair tie and pinning it, or, you know, you guys know how to do a bun. And now you can go back in and kind of just fix up the back. So I'm going to show you guys how it looks from the back. And I'm taking some more of my gel. Now, if you guys feel like your baby hairs are not staying down for some reason, you can take some Pump It Up spray and you can spray it just on the baby hairs itself. I should have done this before I tied it down, but it's okay. This will just reinforce it and make sure that it stays in place. And yeah, so that literally concludes the bun tutorial. That's it. Like, you see how easy and quick that was? And you didn't have to sit there and section off your real hair and part your hair and detangle it and do all that extra stuff. I just did this cute little slick bun and I didn't even have to, you know, sit there and detangle hair for hours and hours and hours.